self-love. Now, often this one can be misconstrued or thought of as being selfish, and in a way it kind of is. Because if you want to look at the simplicity of what self-love is and really break it down to its bare essentials, self-love is just making sure you feel good. Noticing how your emotional quality is on a moment-to-moment basis, and making sure you're in an upward direction. So if you remember the map of consciousness from the Power versus Force teachings, you want your energy to be moving up into powerful and strong energies such as courage, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, freedom, expansion, so on and so forth, and releasing the frequencies from the lower. So shame, guilt, blame, fear, anger, desire, pride, the lower frequencies. And that doesn't mean that they're bad. Once again, they're only communicators that you want to be going up through the levels. Now, self-love, once again, on its basic level, is just to be sure that you're in a good feeling quality, or an upward feeling quality at least, so that you can start to directionally, internally move towards your potential. So you actually, you enjoy the journey. You feel a sense of expansion, a sense of freedom, a sense of joy as you approach your potential in life, meaning what you're here to express with your creative potential. So you can use your emotions as a baseline framework for understanding. Now, self-love is about making sure our cup is full. And there are many ways to do that, to really bring that fullness into yourself. There's a saying of, I think it's from the Christian teachings, I can't really remember, but it's about, my cup overflows, meaning fill yourself, bring a loving energy, a joyful, peaceful energy into yourself so that you can fill your own cup, so your cup then overflows, so that others can then drink from that overflow. Because if your cup is empty, if you don't have a sense of lovingness towards yourself, and you're not expressing that in thought, emotion, deed, then your cup will be empty, and then you have no water or light to give to anyone because you're empty. You cannot give what you do not have. So if you have no energy or light or love, or even if you don't have $5, you can't give $5. What I'm getting at is you must have something to be able to give it. So the first step really is to start to fill yourself with a loving energy, in the sense that you start to love yourself. Let go of blocks and beliefs that you're not worthy, or you're not good enough, or that you can't achieve something, or that you don't deserve this, or that you should be shameful, or that you're a sinner. All of these concepts need to be dissolved and released, so that you can start to actually bring a loving energy into yourself, because you are worthy of it, because it is you. It's your nature. Meaning, our very nature is life itself. We are life. Life is literally flowing through your body, your mind, and your emotions in this very moment, just as it is through mine. So the creative power of the universe flows through us, right? That life and love are, once again, synonymous. They're very similar in their frequency. Now, we bring that lovingness into us. So you guys are all been doing the meditations either with me from the calendar, the mornings and the evenings, soon to be afternoons, which are probably there when you're watching this. And in those meditations, we center ourselves in our intention. So we bring our attention into our center, and we start to go on the frequency of our spiritual intention, which is a lovingness. It is an upwardness. So we fill ourselves energetically, mentally, and spiritually by bringing our awareness into ourselves and filling our center with our spiritual intention. So that's one way of doing it. Sensing your space gives you awareness in your space. You become conscious of yourself and your space, sinking and dissolving and letting go of blockages, fears, doubts, worries. Once again, loving yourself. Being conscious of the actual thoughts you hold in mind through visualization. Once again, loving yourself, so that you don't energize thoughts and emotions that aren't serving your greater good or your potential. So, all the components of the state represent some form of self-love, because you're moving towards your potential through the use of the different types of energy. Now, that's not the only way you can do it. You can also demonstrate love for oneself through your actions. Perhaps you're not feeling so great, so you take time to take a break rather than just grinding through and getting yourself wound up. So you take a break, have a cup of coffee, lie down, do a meditation, go get a massage, go for a walk, go to the park, have something to eat. There are so many things you can do. Go dancing, listen, do whatever you like. You can do things which demonstrate a self-love, which help you to feel that you're caring for yourself. This happens to parents a lot. I mean, not everyone's a parent in this group, but there are a lot. parents tend to be so focused on their kids and on their partner and their work that they tend to forget to give themselves some lovingness, so they can start to be more impatient or frustrated easily or stressed because they're not filling their own cup, so to speak. So what self-love comes down to is initially an actual intent, to actually love yourself, because you do want to be loving. So if you want to be loving for your family, loving for your friends, loving to your colleagues, loving in life in general, you've got to start by bringing it internally. You cannot give what you do not have. So starting to actually love yourself through A, what you think about, B, how you feel, C, what your actions are, and how you actually work with your energy as well. So thinking about things that make you feel loving. For example, think of someone you love very much and notice how the energetic quality and the emotional quality changes within you. Yeah. So the thought leads to the feeling. So you can even bring the feeling in. As you get better with that, you can just go straight to the feelingness of that loving frequency. So you start to actually love yourself, right? Further to that, letting go, meaning letting go of the things that block it. Fear, doubt, worry, blame, complaint, resentment, all the upsets that block your connection to lovingness. So getting good at the letting go technique, getting good at releasing via using sinking, dissolving, and the letting go practice. It should be in the classroom section here, the letting go meditations, so you can jump into that if you want to go deeper into it. And I do believe we're going through that in a later session as well, so that will help you there too. So that also helps you to express a sense of self-love. Now, apart from actually getting into your center, apart from doing the state training, apart from taking things, doing things that you need to demonstrate that sense of self-lovingness, also there's just the underlying paradigm, meaning often we think that we shouldn't be doing that, meaning we feel selfish to do so. Like you believe that by loving yourself, you're being selfish, and it's not a good thing because no one wants to be selfish. But, if you aren't selfish in this way, and if you aren't directing your attention into yourself and giving yourself that frequency, you'll never be able to be selfless. There's that saying which is quite popular in culture, is that if you're in a plane that's going down, make sure you put your own oxygen mask on first. And essentially that's the same thing. Make sure you take care of yourself so you can take care of others. So there's a few points for you to think about on that one today. Make sure you do your meditations and really start to ponder and contemplate on that concept of being loving to yourself so you can start to be loving in life in general. Okay, any questions, chuck them into the community, and I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson.